Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Megan. If you're new here, welcome. I'm going to be showing you guys what our family ate in a week, I guess, for supper. It was actually just 4 days. The last day we ended up just having like a bowl of cereal and just like some leftovers. So, but this is what I typically do for us in a week. We kind of have the same things, like just a variety of stuff depending on what we want. And I cook every night for the most part. I stay at home with my kids, so I'm able to do that. I love it. I do want to mention though that this all was filmed before we were quarantined and before all chaos broke loose. So we probably had a few more options then. Now we're just trying to, get whatever we can at the store. With that being said, I hope that you enjoy this video and let me know in the comment section below which meal do you think was your favorite. It is Monday, and originally we had scheduled on our meal planning for the week chicken and rice, but I forgot to lay out the chicken, so it's still frozen. So switching things around just a little bit, we're gonna have eggs, bacon, hash browns, pancakes, and then I'll probably make some rice for Brian as well. So right now it is almost 3 o'clock. It's not time for supper yet. The kids are having a snack, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start getting things a little bit prepared. That way when it is time to cook supper, I'm not having to do all the preparations and the cooking at the same time, and this will speed things up a little bit. The kids are having yams and bananas for their snack. Is it yummy, Sayla?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah. Yep.
What about you, buddy? Is it good? Is it yummy? So this was actually the very first time I'd ever made homemade hash browns. So what I did was just peel my potatoes, and then I used the cheese shredder to shred the potatoes. And as you will see, this didn't go quite as I planned, but they ended up turning out very good, and it was something that I will definitely make in the future. And I just fried them in some coconut oil or some type of good fat, and they actually turned out really well. So I always just use my iron skillet. Love it. I had no idea that this would turn brown after you shred them. Ooh, it turned out okay. So this is raw milk. We get this from a lady that lives in our county. It's grass-fed raw milk, and I'm about to mix up the sourdough pancakes into the flour and then put them in the skillet. So sourdough pancakes are seriously my absolute favorite pancake recipe. Legit so good. I've made them like 2-3 times a week since I discovered this, but if you do not have a sourdough starter, I would definitely recommend that you look into it. They are so easy to use and so delicious. Oh yeah, and my camera died, so I missed the footage of the pancakes being made, but onward we go. My family likes our meats mostly just barely cooked, even our bacon, so we still like ours chewy. So let me know in the comment section below what kind of bacon do you guys like? Extra crispy, chewy? Let me know. I'm pretty sure I also forgot to make the rice for Brian. He just eats a lot of food, so a lot of times I have to make him extra carbohydrates just to fill him up. But this was a really good supper. The kids loved it, and all of that was eaten by the end of the night. It's Tuesday night, and for tonight's supper we are going to have salmon, some sausage, and bacon. I know that sounds crazy, but the sausage has been open for a while, so we've got to get that cooked. The bacon always goes great with salmon. I'm also going to make some mushrooms, some carrots, and zucchini, and I'm going to make some guacamole to go on top of the salmon. I'm telling you, if you've never tried guacamole on top of your salmon, it is the perfect complementary food for salmon. So good. Then we're also going to have some leftover rice from yesterday. I'm just going to reheat it. So pretty simple. That's what we're having for supper tonight. So for my vegetables, I always make sure that I put my carrots in first because they take a little bit longer to cook, and it's also taken me a little bit of getting used to with this iron skillet. I've not been cooking with it very long, so we were just trying different sources of fat and making sure that we have this well greased so that nothing sticks to it. But this has been an awesome thing for our family because we do not have to wash this as often as we did our non-stick pan, so this has been pretty cool, and it just seasons it every time you use it. So for my guacamole, I never really have like a specific recipe. This time I was out of lemons and limes, so I ended up using Bragg's apple cider vinegar, and this tasted so good. I added a little garlic powder in there and put it into the food processor, and oh my goodness, you guys, it was delicious. You have to try this. Also, you will see me use this large brown plate every night almost. I've just been putting our food on it and putting it in the oven while I cook because I only have one iron skillet and we cook everything on it. So things would cool down before I ever got the chance to get it out to the family. So I've been using that, and it's been a really good time saver and keeping us from having to do more dishes. So and then for the salmon, we had to get the large piece of salmon. I guess it's like the full fillet. And so I just took scissors and cut through it because it was taking too much time to do that with a knife. And then I always add basil and garlic powder to pretty much all my food. It's like my favorite spices, herbs, whatever you want to call them. But this made the salmon taste so good and tender, and I also always fry it skin side first and then flip it over and cook it. So this was our supper that night. It was so good. It's Wednesday night. Tonight we have small group with our church, and so we are there pretty late, so I have to fix something very quick and simple for us to get ready for the night, and something that's going to fill us up so that we don't want to eat when we get home. So I forgot to film this, sorry guys, but this is my pizza dough crust with my sourdough starter, and I'm going to roll this out, bake it for a little bit, and then we'll put our toppings on and bake it for a little bit longer. So really super simple and easy. I did have to prep this morning. Actually, I prepped this probably about lunchtime, which was just 3 hours ago. I should have prepped it earlier, but what I did was put a warm bowl of water underneath it, and it's kind of risen just a little bit with covering that up. So I'm going to roll it out, put our toppings, or bake it, and then put our toppings on it. So we always add different toppings to our pizza. This night we wanted to add some ground beef to add some extra protein to it. So all I do is I cook up my toppings on the stove, and then once they're finished I will put them on the pizza and then put it back in the oven to bake. Also, the pizza crust does not usually rise this high. I'm honestly not sure what I did to make it do this, but what I did was I just took the rolling pin, flattened it back out, and then started adding the rest of my toppings on. So we always use raw grass-fed cheese off the block because this doesn't have as many chemicals in it that keep it from clotting up whenever it's shredded. So we just shred it with a cheese grater. And then we put some uncured beef pepperonis on there. Man, guys, this is so good.
There are so many choices that it's hard not to look past what is real and what is fake and the risk we have.
The timer went off at 10 minutes. I did not go and get it, so this actually ended up being a little bit overdone, but I also added some fried eggs to Brian's plate because he needs a little extra protein. Okay, it's Thursday night. Let's see. It's Thursday night. We're gonna have some chicken, vegetables, rice. So Brian's got Sayla, calm down, honey. Brian's got she just woke up from a nap. Brian has some bone broth going on here that is gonna go for the rice. So instead of putting water in the rice, he puts bone broth, which actually makes it really good and a lot more nutrient dense. And then I'm gonna make some asparagus, some carrots, and some guacamole to go along with our chicken. So we typically buy free-range chicken thighs, and I had this in the freezer, so I had to use it. So unfortunately it was just natural chicken, but I guess it was better than hormone chicken. But I served asparagus with this, and this was my first time making asparagus, so Brian said it was really good, and I actually tried a few bites of it too, and I thought it was pretty decent as well. So the key to asparagus is just to make sure that it is not too rubbery, so you want to get it nice and cooked through, but not so that it's like super rubbery. I don't know, kind of crispy on the outside. And then I put my chicken in there. I also did garlic powder, basil seasoning, and some sea salt on that, and it's just so good. Added all of that to my brown plate. Then I made the guacamole, again using avocados. So I made it the same way that I made it the night before, or the couple of nights before, because it was so good that way. And once we had that finished, I think I warmed up some rice, and that's what we had for supper. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am actually just sitting down right now editing it, so be sure to leave it a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave me a comment in the comment section below, because I always respond to you guys, as long as they're not like a troll or really rude. And then be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.